Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Rabbi, good to see you.
It's beautiful to be here on this sweltering Shabbos, a great weekend to turn on the AC. You're going to a pool or something. This is a Shabbat of friendship. We're going to look at stories of friendship today based on this week's Torah portion. And so I thought how fitting it would be to start with a prayer, a poem that we haven't done in a while called Yedid Nefesh. It's on page 12 in the blue Siddur. It's on page 10 in the online one that's on our website. Once again, if you'd like to take home a Siddur because you tune in every week and instead of having it just online or just in your head, you want to actually have a book, let us know and we'll make sure to get you one. Just a note about Yedid Nefesh is it's this 4-stanza love poem to God where the first letter of each stanza is the next letter in the name of God. The first one is Yedid with a Yud. Next one is Hadur with a Hey. Then it's a Vatik with a Vav. And finally, Higale with a Hey. So it's Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey. It's a love poem to God, but it also talks about the beauties of friendship. What it means to be in relationship with somebody else, to have this deep kind of connection with somebody else, with another human being, and God willing at some point you have this kind of deep connection with God as well. And as if you follow the writing of Martin Buber, one of the great philosophers of the 20th century, he talked about when you have a deep relationship with somebody, that's where you find God. In this I, thou, this you and me, we're together. That's where we find the face of God. So we'll sing together Yedid Nefesh, page 12, page 10, and think about our connection to God and our connection to other people who we love.
Yedid nefeshav arakaman, Yedid nefeshav arakaman, Meshuch avdecha el retzonecha, Meshuch avdecha Yarar el retzonecha. Let's do this part again together. Yedid nefeshav harachaman, Yedid nefeshav harachaman, Meshoch avdecha El retzonecha, Meshuch avdecha, Yalar el retzonecha. Yarutz avdecha, Kemo ayal, Ishtachave l'rei el mul hadarecha. Ishtachave l'rei el mul hadarecha.
A haunting and beautiful way to start the Shabbos service, Kabbalat Shabbat. We flip forward a few pages now to page 24 in the blue book to page 13 in the red book. And this is a psalm that brings about this idea of beauty, this idea that the whole world can sing a song together. What would it be like if the whole world were on the same page, if the whole world were thinking alike and looking for friendship in the same way, for beauty and connection in the same way? Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, that would indeed be a new song.
Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruchu Shemo, Basro miyom leyom, leyom Yeshuato, Sapru vagoim kevodo, Vechol ha'amim nifleutav, Ki gadol Adonai, ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא.
Al kol el Elohim.
ביחד, יאללה, 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 לה 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 לה, יאללה, 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 לה 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 לה, לה לה יאללה, יאללה, לה 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 לה, יאללה, 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 לה 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 לה, יאללה, 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 לה לה לה, יאללה, 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 לה 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 לה. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Hey!
Yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, lai, lai. With most weddings on hold, although a few popping up now, just in much smaller, tighter ways. It's nice to sing Lecha Dodi, this piyut, this poem that's about a wedding. Imagining us in some way, in some very strange way, getting married to the day of Shabbat, as if every other day of the week has a partner. Sunday has Monday, Tuesday has Wednesday, Thursday has Friday, but Shabbat stands alone. And Shabbat cried out to God saying, where's my partner? And God said, your partner is the Jewish people, the Israelite people. And this is our song, as if saying that we can walk down the aisle with Shabbat, which is a very strange image, but the last line, the last stanza is Boi v'shalom ateret ba'Allah. And the last line being Boi kala, come in, my bride. And number of weddings, Hazzan Pablo has sung these lines as the bride walks down the aisle. I've been there as brides walk down the aisle to this stanza, as if to say, come in, my beloved, come in, my bride, Shabbat. We're welcoming you with open arms, with beauty, with everything we have to find friendship and connection and love. So page 23 in the red Siddur, page 38 in the blue.
Papam papam lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela shamur v'zakor v'dibur echad ishmi'anu אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה. סוף מעשה ומחשבה תחילה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. מקדש מלך, עיר מלוכה, קומי צאי מתוך אפיך, רב לך שבט ועמק אבכה, והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי ויתלחמי, קורבה אל נפשי גאה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך, קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה, לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי, ומטה מבך יחסו, אני ימי ונבנתה. עיר אל תילה, היי! לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. והיו למשיסה שוסייך ורחקו כל מבלעייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהיך כמסוס חתן. על כלה ימין ושמאל תפרוצי בית אדוני, תריצי על יד איש בן פרצי ונשמחה ונגילה. היי! לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We rise and face the entrance.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, לקדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לקדודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
It's after the words of Lecha Dodi that we welcome in those to our community who have been out of the community recently. And most notably this week, to the family of Edward Garabedian, whose funeral was this week. To Melinda and David and Rachel and Ben, we welcome you back into our community with the words Hamakom Inachem Etchem Betoch Sha'ar Avlei Tzion V'Yerushalayim. May the divine comfort you along with all the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. The stories that we heard this week on Wednesday night at Minyan of Edward Garabedian were pretty incredible. His 99 years here on earth really struck a chord and really left his mark here. So may his memory continue to be a blessing. We turn now to page 27 in the red, page 42 in the blue, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
מזמור השיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון וכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, ומעשי ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני מאוד, עמקו מחשבותיך, מזמור שיר ליום השבת. טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
We turn the page now in the red book, the bottom, where there's the little red arrow, it's Tzaddik Katamar. In the blue book, we don't change pages, but 4 lines from the bottom, we finish the psalm, Tzaddik Katamar.
Tzaddik Katamar yifrach ke'erez v'levanon yizkeh שתולים בבית אדוני וחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון וסייפה דשיינים ברעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הבלטה בו. Good, beautiful.
We're trying a little bit here. Those last lines that we say in Kabbalat Shabbat this week, Tsuri v'lo avlat bo. Imagine seeing a friend, a loved one, a spouse, a child as somebody who there is no flaw, as a person that is just perfect for you, that everything, every crevice, every crack is actually part of who they are, not a flaw, but something beautiful. To see friends that way is quite incredible. We turn now to the beginning of the evening service. Those who are able, we rise. We're on page 39 in the red Siddur, page 50 in the blue Siddur for the words of Baruch Hu.
Yai dai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, lai 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 da dai dai, yai lai lai lai, lai 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 lai, la lai 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 lai. Baruch hu et Adonai המבורך. Baruch hu et Adonai המבורך. Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד. Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד. Yai dai dai dai, dai 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 dai, dai 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 dai, dai dai.
You may be seated.
ומעביד יום ומהווה לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, אמרי ורבי.
Amen. We now proclaim this never-ending love that we've been talking about on page 40 and on page 52. Ahavat olam. May there be a global love, a worldly love, and a never-ending love.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, חוקים ומשפטים. אותנו לימדת, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו ושוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם בלילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Amen. The words of Shema, page 41 and 54.
Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Adonai Elohechem emet.
We turn now to page 44 in the red book, towards the bottom of page 60 in the blue book for Mi Chamocha.
Ya Elai, 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 ya la 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 la, ya Elai, 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 la la la, ya Elai, 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 ya la 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 la, ya Elai, Elai, ya la la la, ya Elai, 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 ya la 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 la, ya Elai, 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 la la la, Elai, 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 la la la. Ya Elai, la 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 la. Hey, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder v'kodesh, nurat teilot osef ele, nurat teilot osef ele. מלכותך ראו בניך, פוקע ים לפני משה. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Adonai Himloch Leolam Vaed. Together. Ya Elai, 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 la 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 la. Ya Elai, 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 la 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 la. La Elai, la 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 la.
You all sounded good there. We turn forward now to 45 and 62 for the words of Hashkivenu. Help us, God, to find comfort in our own homes so we can face the world as it's changing tomorrow.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha vetakneinu vetza tov milefanecha. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzayteinu uvoeinu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'amidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha Baruch ata Adonai apore sukat shalom alenu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. We turn the page 46 and 64 for Veshamru.
Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
As we do in every service, we say a prayer of healing for those in our community who are ill. The number of people who are ill, it's growing, and we're trying to reach out to everybody and keep in contact with them. If you have names to add to our list, please let us know so we can say blessings for them as well and keep their names in your hearts. If you have a blue siddur at home, it's the inside back cover, the words of Misha Berach. And so please join us or listen and sing and sway along with us.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take these feelings and these thoughts of love for those who are in need right now into the Amidah with us. On page 69 or page 47, those who are able, we rise and we face towards Jerusalem or towards the Ark or towards where your heart directs you for a moment of silence, of personal prayer.
קדשנו ומצוותיך ותן חלקנו ותורתך. קדשנו ומצוותיך וקדשנו ומצוותיך. צווינו מטובך ושמחנו וישועתך. צווינו מטובך ושמחנו וישועתך. ירלי לי 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 la 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 la. Hey, la 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 la. צווינו מטובך וצמחנו וישועתך. צווינו מטובך ושמחנו וישועתך.
On Thursday morning, we had a service for the 17th of Tammuz. It's the beginning of this 3-week period of mourning for the Jewish people. It's known colloquially as the 3 weeks. These are the 3 weeks between now and Tisha B'Av, where Jews around the world note the destruction of Jerusalem nearly 2,000 years ago. 1,950 years ago, the most mighty army in the world, the Romans, came in and broke through the walls of Jerusalem. The anniversary was this past Thursday, was yesterday, and took 3 weeks for them to get to the temple and destroy the temple on Tisha B'Av, which is coming up in almost 3 weeks. And if you ask the rabbis, the great thinkers of 2,000 years ago, of 1,500 years ago, why this happened? Why did this happen? What led to the destruction of Judaism as we knew it at that time? Their answer was sinat chinam, which we translate now as baseless hatred. There was division in the land. People just went against each other instead of fighting the common enemy. They turned on each other and found that common enemy. And it echoes in this week's Torah portion. This week's Torah portion is Pinchas. Pinchas, we read at the end of last week, was a zealot, is maybe the right word for him. And at a time when our people could have been divided, instead God swooped in and created what was called a Brit Shalom, a covenant of peace. And if you look at any translation in the Etz Chaim online, anywhere that you find a translation of this line from the beginning of our Torah portion this week, of what God decided to do with Pinchas, to make this Brit Shalom, it's translated as friendship, as if this pact of peace between people is what makes friendships. This line, this phrase is repeated elsewhere in Tanakh, elsewhere in our Bible, in both Isaiah and Ezekiel, two of the great prophets from about 2,800 years ago. They both use this same phrase, Brit Shalom, and it's not at a good point. It's not everything is going well, let's make a Brit Shalom, this friendship, this pact of peace with each other. Rather, it's at a time when the whole country could be torn apart. And they say instead of going in opposite directions, let's come together in friendship, in this Brit Shalom. When the world feels like it's falling apart, what we need is friendship. What we need is kindness and to look in each other's eyes and see something more than an enemy, but somebody who could be a friend, somebody who there's a possibility to build a relationship with. I've invited a few people here, 2 people here today, to share stories of friendship. I'd like to start by inviting up Jeremy Gerlich, who's been coming to this synagogue since before he was born, to share some stories, some thoughts on friendship and how they've affected his life.
My friends are some of the most important people in my life, and they have undoubtedly helped shape me into who I am today. I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by a variety of friend groups since I was a kid. Friends from Hebrew school, friends from school, and friends from camp. Not one of these groups of people is more important than another, and I've created amazing, unique memories with each of them that I will never forget. But while friendships can form in many ways, some of my closest friendships were created due to spending lots of time together. For instance, I met one of my closest friends of middle school because her locker was right next to mine in 6th grade. Seeing each other all the time led to us having more and more conversations until we became friends. Another example of friendships coming from being together for a long time is at camp. I met some of my closest friends in life at Camp Alanim, where I lived in the same bunk or area as them for 3, 6, or even 9 weeks. It truly is a different experience to be living with people and spending time with them every day, and this definitely caused me to meet new people and make new friends. Another way that friendships can form is by going through trying times with someone. By just being there for someone when they need someone to talk to, or by offering advice to those in need of it, an instant bond is formed. Several friendships of mine can go both ways, where I offer my input when they need help, and they give me theirs when I need it. Friends are such an integral part of our lives because they help us become better versions of ourselves, and they can even reduce stress levels and help us cope when times get tough. However, friendships are not limited to just people from temple, school, or camp. In fact, one of my closest friends is my brother, Josh. At the beginning of quarantine, Josh and I were both pretty upset about not being able to return to school for the rest of the year. We ended up spending a lot of time together talking about the situation we were in. And although it was upsetting for me to miss out on the end of my senior year of high school, and for him to not be able to be at school with all of his friends. The silver lining was that we got to spend more time together than we would have otherwise. I'm so grateful to have a good relationship with my brother. Knowing that I can confide in him as a sibling and as one of my closest friends has definitely changed my life for the better.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. That is it's beautiful and nice to get to hear some words about friendship. I now invite up my wife, Vanessa Averbach, to share another personal story about friendship as well.
Friendship. People say it can carry you through the worst times and lift you in the best times, but you have to make it into the boat. I had two friends in elementary school, one a year younger and another my grade. When I graduated from elementary school, Jamie became a 5th grader and Mandy went to private school. On the first day of 6th grade, I suited up in my matching pink sweatshirt and sweatpants and disembarked the bus to A. Wright Middle School alone. I sat in classes with 32 classmates and walked through the river of people to my next class, but it felt like I was alone. It didn't help that lonely 6th grader Vanessa was a feminist, without knowing I was one, and refused to remove the fur off of my legs. If they don't like me for who I am, then I don't want to be their friends, I stubbornly proclaimed to my mother. Here's how it works in middle school. If you sit in a certain spot for lunch, that's your pool of friend options. If I had been willing to chance it in the crowded lunch area, I'm sure I would have made more friends. But to 4'7" 6th grader Vanessa, the sea of people made me sick and overwhelmed. I opted for the less populous 2-table area, and I sat on a curb by the bushes. Maybe I thought someone would rescue me and ask, "Hey, want to sit with us?" I didn't realize that most other 6th graders are either clueless or also filled with fear. Melissa, the social climber, sometimes sat with me. She was my friend every other day when she wasn't taking a chance with the big fish. That year, I poured many oceans out of my eyes and into my poor, supportive mother's heart. I feel so bad for my mom having to survive my suffering. But somehow, June arrived, and I had made it to the other side of 6th grade. In the summer before 7th grade, I changed. For one, I finally caved to societal expectations. One mean kid at summer camp was the straw that broke this camel's back. And I marched to my mom and proclaimed that I wanted to join the ranks of the suffering American women who shave their legs. I finally let my delighted mom scrap my wardrobe for an update. I traded in my sweatsuits for skirts and Adidas for Converse. I was, dare I say, ready for 7th grade, if anyone is ever really ready for 7th grade. Later that summer, I got a new hairdo, and I chopped 4 inches off of my hair. A few weeks into 7th grade, my mom had given me enough pep talks to fill my sails, and I was ready to take a chance. I rose from my lunch curb and asked some girls at the lunch table if I could sit with them, and they said, "Sure." I no longer hoped for good winds to land me on safe shores. I took a chance and dove into friendship, and it felt good to finally be in the boat.
Yasher Koch, Vanessa, thank you very much. 2 examples, and hopefully there are more. I know that moving to a new place for us, even though we were moving back home, the idea of moving to a new place where we had to make new friends was not an easy thing. And I appreciate the synagogue opening its arms to us recently and inviting us in as friends. There's a quote by Rabbi Milton Steinberg, who wrote the book As a Driven Leaf, which, by the way, is a phenomenal book. If you want to know history of Judaism and through his eyes, it's really beautiful. And this quote says, "No matter what other doubts we may entertain, We cannot question the reality of friendship. And in a world where so little is certain, that is a great deal. I hope that you have stories of friendship as well. If you'd like to share them with us, please send them in. Email hazzanpablo@templatechaim.org or me, Rabbi Averbach, at templatechaim.org. And hopefully we'll be able to hear some of your stories up here on the Bima about a different theme in the coming weeks. If you have one that you really want to share about something, let us know. But we toast friendship now with a little bit of wine. For us, it's Manischewitz today, nice and thick. And so we invite you, those who have a drink at home, whether it's grape juice or wine or something stronger, to rise and lift your glasses to the idea of friendship, of love between human beings, between us and God, between us and Shabbat. And we're on page 90 in the blue book, page 55 in the red book.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן.
Amen.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו ורצבנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחילנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך ואהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן.
It's so good. We rise now for the words of Aleinu, page 56, page 118. We face the ark.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל אמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו וגובי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו ככתוב בתורתו וידעת היום בהשבות אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים והשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
This week, our community notes the yahrzeits of Minnie Gallup, Florence Greenberg, George Mazer, Donald Keith, Nana Krupnick, Abraham Moskoff, Howard Ben-Ami, Abe Braverman, James A. Ryder, Alfred Lazarus, Sandra Tischler, John Weiss, Mary Wexler, Marilyn Zimmerman, Betty Buchbinder, Ann Grossman, Jeffrey Kretsch, Fanny Schneider, Marvin Cohn, David Cohen, Zelda Goodman Harris, David Pfefferman, Douglas L. Gilman, Monty Gittleman, Ben Sion Kulik, Samuel Reish, Loser Finkelstein, Helen Perrell, Robert Sens, Maxine Weiss, Rudolph Moses, and Irving Spielman. May their memories be beautiful ones and a blessing, as well as Edward Garabedian, who passed away this week. May his memory continue to be a blessing to his family and his loved ones and so many people who he touched in his life. Page 124, page 58, the words of Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, be'alma divara kirute ve'amlich malchute, be'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen, Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha berichu La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Thank you all for being here tonight. I want to give a special thank you to Vanessa Averbach and Jeremy Gerlich for sharing stories of friendship. It takes courage to get up here. It takes vulnerability, and I appreciate both of them sharing some personal stories of friendship. It means a lot to me and to our community. And if you like the wine, you got to thank Decanter. So thank you very much, Hazzan, Pablo. It's not a bad, it's okay. Thank you, Hazzan, Pablo, for leading us in services tonight. The rest of the week continues as other weeks have in the past. Tomorrow morning at 9:30, we have Shabbos Minyan on Zoom. At 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night, we do Havdalah together, and then continuing from there, we are, as maybe you've heard, we are testing out to see if we can do services outside here at our shul. So we're doing a little test run, and God willing, we'll have an answer on if it worked and if not, and how we can rearrange it, where you can sit, and who's wearing a mask, and how far away we could be, all these things, all the logistics we have to get through. So hopefully we'll be able to see some of you in person very soon. It'll still be on Zoom or whatever this is as well, so that if you don't feel comfortable coming back in, you still have a way of participating in our service. Anything else? No. Great. Wonderful. Looking forward to seeing you all soon. Adon Olam is where we conclude.
Adon Olam asher malach v'terem kol yetzir nivra le'et nasav v'chefzo kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kiklot hakol לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, והוא אחד ואין שני, להמשילו להכבירה, ולי ראשית ולי תכלית, ולו העוז והמשרה, והוא עלי וחי גואלי, וצור חבלי וצרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, ויעדו הפקיד רוחי, ואת אישן והירה, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא אירא, ועם רוחי גביעתי, אדוני לי ולא אירא.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, yeah.